Israel's role in the end times is a theme deeply rooted in the theology and spirituality of several religions, particularly Christianity and Judaism. It refers to the belief that Israel will play a significant role in the events leading up to the return of Christ and the fulfillment of apocalyptic prophecies. Here are some key aspects of this role. Every time there is conflict in or around Israel, many see it as a sign of the end times quickly approaching. The problem is that we may eventually grow tired of the conflicts in Israel, so much so that we will not consider when the true prophetically significant events occur. A conflict in Israel is not necessarily a sign of the end times. Conflict in Israel has been a reality wherever Israel has existed as a nation, whether it was the Egyptians, Amalekites, Midianites, Moabites, Ammonites, Amorites, Philistines, Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, or Romans. The nation of Israel has always been persecuted by its neighbors, because, according to the Bible, God has a special plan for the nation of Israel, and Satan wants to defeat that plan. The hatred for Israel that Satan encouraged, especially the Israel of God, is one reason why Israel's neighbors always want to see that nation destroyed. Whether it is Sennacherib, king of Assyria, Haman, an official of Persia, Hitler, the leader of Nazi Germany, or Ahmadinejad, the president of Iran, attempts to completely destroy Israel have always failed. Israel's persecutors come and go, but the persecution will remain until the second coming of Christ. As a result, the conflict in Israel is not a reliable indicator of the imminent arrival of the end times. However, the Bible says there will be terrible conflicts in Israel during the end times. This is why this period is known as the Tribulation, the Great Tribulation, and the time of trouble for Jacob. The Antichrist will make a 7-year covenant of peace with Israel, and the temple will be rebuilt in Jerusalem. The Antichrist will break his covenant with Israel, which will result in the worldwide persecution of Israel. Israel will be invaded. Israel will finally recognize Jesus as the Messiah. Israel will be regenerated, restored and regrouped. The confusion in Israel today. Israel is persecuted and surrounded by enemies: Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Hezbollah. However, this hatred and persecution of Israel is only a part of what will happen in the end times. The last round of persecution began when Israel was reconstituted as a nation in 1948. Many scholars of biblical prophecy believed that the Six-Day War between the Arabs and Israelis in 1967 was the beginning of the end. Could what is happening in Israel today indicate that the end is near? Yes. Does this necessarily mean the end is near? No. Jesus himself explained, "Beware that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ. There are many who will deceive, and you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Look. Do not be disturbed, because it must happen, but it is not the end yet." My beloved brothers and sisters, in this time of turmoil and conflict in Israel, I want to remind you of the love and peace that should always guide our hearts. Although the world may be plagued by war and discord, remember that I have come to bring the message of love and reconciliation. It is understandable that many of you are worried and distressed by the news arriving from distant lands. Violence and human suffering are painful challenges we face. But it is also at these times that the strength of our faith must shine. I reaffirm the importance of prayer. Pray for those in the midst of conflict, regardless of their background or faith. Remember that all human beings are my sons and daughters, and love must be our response to all adversity. We cannot control events in the world, but we can control our own actions and attitudes. Follow the example of love, mercy and Peace that I left for you. Be peacemakers in your communities. Promote reconciliation, not division. Know that I am with you, even in your darkest moments. Trust me in the power of love. Light will always prevail over darkness, and peace will always overcome war. May the peace of God be with you all, my beloved ones, and may you be agents of peace wherever you are, with love and blessings. Jesus Christ.